I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of sad, man. This is kind of sad. We are really watching the rollout, if you want to say, of Drake's downfall. And I'm not the type of person to wish anything bad on anybody. Me coming from the rap battle community, I love a good battle. I love a good battle, but this is kind of sad.
Where's the song?
What we talking about? What we talking about? You know, Drake has been doing this thing where he's been doing this album rollout for Iceman, and he's been doing these live stream episodes. The first episode we saw was What Did I Miss? That was episode 1.
So where? So what then? So what then, big dog? Don't look away now, pussy. Don't look away now. Don't look away now. Don't get shy now.
We'll fold that up right now.
Nerd. Stop it.
So today he did episode 2 over in the UK for a song with Central Cee. And all I'm gonna say is, what the f. Do me one small favor before we get too far in this video. Hit that like button and apply pressure to that subscribe button. Yes, apply pressure to that subscribe button. First things first is everybody was trying to insinuate while watching this that this was actually live, and it wasn't. That's a whole nother story, but me watching it live and seeing some of the time frames that it was in the UK, it was definitely not live. It was pre-recorded. That just leaves a whole another set of questions that we'll probably talk about later. This live stream started off as messy. Y'all know this thing we got on YouTube where they call it a struggle stream. This was a struggle stream. It seems like by the time this video come out, maybe we can have more clarity, but I think that has little significance on what actually happened. It seems like it was a pre-recorded stream of a video shoot that he got going on with Central Cee, and this was just some weird shit. Drake is too big of an artist, especially since this was pre-recorded, to have a struggle stream. It was just weird, man. They were saying that this is some type of aura farming where for a while, for minutes, man, he just had a dance beat playing in the background. Everybody's waiting, expecting to see some incredible art, musical art, visuals. And in my opinion, we just didn't get that. And I'm gonna be really fair about things. I think it was a wonderful idea if he had did an actual live stream of a straight up video performance, maybe something that him and all the potential actors in the video and the scenes in the video where they would have rehearsed it and did a real actual live stream of this video performance. I've never seen that done before. That would have been dope. Even if during this whole video performance, like if it was on something like some Broadway type stuff where he's going from scene to scene and he's doing it live, I think if he would have pulled that off, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, that would have been dope, especially like in the middle of it. Somehow, some way he could have interacted with the chat or something like that. That's an out of this world idea. But we didn't get that. We didn't get that. And I think from this, and just me saying this right now, somebody's gonna pull that off. And I really think that that's a dope idea. I don't care who did it. I just think that that's a dope idea. But that's not what we saw. We saw a struggle stream. It seemed like there was a lot of forced Easter eggs. It had an empty pool that was 6 feet, I guess 6 feet deep, somebody 6 feet under. If you ask me, it was him that he showcased himself being put 6 feet under. But then he had this woman coming out dancing to one of the tracks that he had going on. And once again, it was just weird. Oddly enough, when I first saw this, and it might be me, I'm gonna put the picture here. The woman in the video looked strikingly like Drake's baby mama. She just did. Maybe that's just me. She just did. It was very corny dance moves. Everybody kept saying that this girl looked like she just got off of volleyball practice. That's not my joke. Somebody on the internet came up with that joke. That's exactly what she looked like. She's by herself in the pool area, dancing through this empty 6-foot pool. While Drake was up there doing some type of deal. I don't know what it was. I don't think it was a drug deal. Maybe when the videos actually released, we'll see what was in that book bag that he had that he got from Central Cee. I don't know the role that Central Cee was playing in it. I'm a very artistic dude. I went to performing arts school. I love art. And if you would have actually pulled off a live performance of a video, that's something I've never seen before. And I think that would have been very dope. It just came across as very uneventful. And I feel like I'm a fair dude. So when an actual video comes out, if it's dope, I'm gonna come back and make another video and say, yo, it was dope. But that will not change the fact that this episode and this rollout, it was poorly produced. It was poorly produced. And for him to be the most profitable musical artist, I'm thinking on the planet, it has to be either him or Taylor Swift, currently. I think he makes too much money for this to be as poorly as produced as it was. Another part of the live stream that was highly weird to me is he had this character of Pinocchio, like he's running from Pinocchio. I just think that's a low-hanging fruit. The Pinocchio thing been played out. Look, I even had a thumbnail months ago with the whole Pinocchio thing. I think he could have symbolized that way much better. But once again, this is the whole victim Drake thing, him running from Pinocchio. His diehard fans love to reach, right? And they were trying to connect this to Kendrick with him and the outfit with him in a tree and all that. I think that was kind of a reach. I think that outfit was very close to the original Pinocchio outfit. It's still, look, if he can make this all connect, like I said, I'll do a video and say it was genius if he can make it connect. Once again, it doesn't stop how poor this rollout was. And this man got a bag running through the street from Pinocchio. It's just some weird type shit, man. It was real weird. I think the best way to describe it, one of my favorite battle rap quotes from Goods against Billy Boondocks, where he was like, you ain't corny, but you corny.
You ain't corny, but you corny.
That's the best way. That's the best way to describe it. It wasn't corny, but it was corny.
But you corny.
And people could disagree with me as much as you want. That's what this page is for. But even his most diehard fans, when this live stream was over, was like, what the fuck?
Where's the song? Where's the song?
And I am hoping that at some point, this guy really moves away from the victim mode and from the whole battling and beef stuff, because look, man, I've witnessed many epic beefs in my lifetime. We all know about how Jay-Z lost to Nas, and he kept throwing subliminals out there, and he was talking this shit a little bit after the battle, but he still kept moving on and just was focusing on music. And even to this day, man, don't nobody hold that loss against him. And some of these naive folks will even try to say that Jay-Z won that battle. And that is what it is. But the point that I'm even trying to make is that's what happens when you decide to just move on. And I don't see how Drake can't do that, because he has no choice. Because that lawsuit, the more you focus on being a victim and even mentioning that battle, it's corny.
But you corny.
Because you filed a lawsuit. So even if you had the most vicious rhymes against Kendrick and Kendrick's fans and stuff like that, it's just corny, because now don't nobody really want to reply to you because you filing lawsuits, man. Straight up.
But you corny.
And because he's playing this victim mode, his diehard fans, they're still involved with this whole victim mode of the battle and the beef and pointing fingers. They still talking about this whole LeBron situation that I will say it leaves more questions than answers. If you don't know, this last week, there's a video of LeBron at a party, you know, dancing to Not Like Us. And there's nothing wrong with that. I still love that song. You know, I got some more content coming out just about that song, but I still love that song. I don't care what anybody says. Even without the battle, I love the spirit of the song. But I will admit, they played Drake and they got LeBron and Savannah leaving the party. And I'm gonna just be real with you. I think that's corny too.
But you corny.
The whole asterisk that I have to add to that is we don't know what has really happened between them. It's a very weird situation. I said this before in another video. It really seems like this was some type, I don't know, man. They both acting like exes. Not to say that they had some DL stuff going on, I don't know. But they both are, they acting exactly how someone would act, like breaking up with each other and stuff like that. But we don't know what happened. There's a lot of theories out there that you know, Drake was texting LeBron's wife, or you know, Drake was helping LeBron cheat, all kind of stuff that there's absolutely no evidence to back up. Even some of the people he talked to online, they don't even know. No one knows what happened in that situation. I will say on both sides, I'm seeing some corny stuff, and it just plays into this whole corny thing where everybody, even us diehard rap fans, those that just love rap and love rap battles, it's like people have to choose a side. If you're for Kendrick, you can't say nothing nice about Drake, and you can't be listening to Drake. And if you're for Drake, you can't really listen to Kendrick. And I think it's stupid. The only person that's gonna be able to get away with that is the Kendrick Lamar side of things. I think for Drake's side, it's very stupid to take that angle. One thing I am noticing is he's leaning toward making more international type music, and he's leaning toward satisfying his international fans. That's probably a good angle, but I don't think that's going to make anybody look at him more different. Maybe that will be part of his bowing out of the music game, you know, where from now on he's just gonna focus more on his international fans. You know what they say? They say go where you still appreciate it. But that's not gonna change America, and that's not gonna change his legacy, which is definitely more important in America because that's where he got his name at in America, right? And America still controls, you know, who's hot in the overall hip hop music game, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. But whatever the case, it seems like this album is coming out very soon. No one knows a particular date that this album is coming out. I'll listen to it. I'm not gonna lie. I want to see what he's saying. Hopefully, I mean, it's already too late. Obviously, he's gonna be doing "I'm a Victim" songs, and I'm in the fucking streets running from Pinocchios and shit. Just corny stuff.
But you corny.
But I hope he has more songs where he's just trying to make good music instead of focusing on the past and the battle that you can't take back what happened. And now I wouldn't even add to it because you filed a lawsuit, man. And that alone really messes up battle rap. Him in particular, y'all know I done did many live streams about this topic, uploads about this topic. I'm just gonna repeat it again. Him in particular, he has pretty much ushered rap battle into the woke era. I'm telling you, in the future, you know, somebody really get dragged, especially if they're a more liberal type leaning artist, they're gonna play the victim on this. And this ain't gonna be the only lawsuit you ever see in a rap battle. I don't think that can be changed now. I think that's gonna be permanently fixated in rap beefs, which is, I think that's very unfortunate. But whatever the case, man, we're just watching the live stream, the actual live stream and rollout of the downfall of Drake. And I won't lie, for me, it's kind of sad, but ain't too much sympathy because he asked for it. But whatever the case, Don't worry. I'm gonna hop off this Drake topic for a second. I got another documentary that I'm dropping that ain't got nothing to do with Drake in the next couple of days. Please look out for that. But whatever the case, you know how we like to end our videos over here at Moxy Approved, right? With that water. I'll see y'all here next time on Moxy Approved. I almost said, you know how we end our beefs, our rap beefs. This shit is stupid.